for joining us on this Saturday afternoon where qualifying is about to start here in Austria. So sit back and enjoy the afternoon session. When it comes to getting lap time out of this circuit, it's traditionally been about maximising top speed. Do you simply remove as much downforce as possible, hang on in the corners and max out down the straights?
The teams will have arrived with all manner of parts designed to capitalise on the long straights. The cars will be that much harder to drive in the corners, but everyone will be in the same boat.
Right guys, what is up and welcome back to my Robert Kubica Career Mode on F1 2017. This weekend, we're at the Red Bull Ring for the Austrian Grand Prix, and after that shit show in Baku last time around, some bouncing back needs to be done as soon as possible. I don't know what it was last weekend. Came in expecting it to be bad, but qualifying wasn't even that bad, but the race just, I don't know, slowly slipped away from us. Anyway, if you want to give that a watch, I'll leave a link in the description. Now we're here for the Austrian Grand Prix, very picturesque in the Alps here. Amazing background. The track itself is pretty short, flowing and power dominant. And as I said last weekend, the flowing tracks are my favorite. So let's see what we can do here as we come across the final corner, cross the line. On our banker lap, it's a 1 minute and 9.2. We should definitely be getting out of Q1 here. Not sure about Q2 though. We are using an older engine, so maybe need to look at some durability upgrades, because honestly it is shocking. I'm trying to alter my driving styles and all, but just the durability, especially on the internal combustion engines, it's terrible. So as I said, we're using an older engine for now, bit down on power, so yeah, should be still be looking to get through Q1 fairly comfortably. We've taken this fast right hand corner so much better on the second lap compared to the banker. Gained 2 tenths right there. DRS to the line, what's it gonna be? 8.9. Better. We moved up to P9 on our final flying lap in Q1 here, sitting P9. Pretty comfortable, I'd say, but you never know. Verlaine's about to ruin our lap here. God damn it. I mean, I understand he's trying to start a fast flying lap and he's trying to get the best possible launch for himself, but he's ruined our lap there. This is now our final lap in Q1, having to overtake cars while on a qualifying lap is never ideal, but we managed to go down the inside pretty cleanly without losing a bunch of time. We've been dropped down to P10 though. Looks like Bottas is not even bothering with ultra softs in Q1. We're going to come across the line. It's P9. Pretty solid. We finish Q1 in P9, and it looks like both Renaults are comfortably through to Q2. So let's get Q2 underway. Right into Q2 then. We've completed our minimum objective of being here, so that's good. We're gonna do 2 runs in Q2 and see where it goes. On our first run here, we need a mid 1 minute 8 to be competitive. Exits like that won't help. Come on. We're gonna come across the final corner, finish our first Q2 lap. It's gonna be a 1 minute 9.1. See, that's not good enough. We need a minimum half-second improvement if we're even thinking about Q3 qualification here. Kimi is sitting P1 for now and is only in the 1 minute 8.3s, so not as fast as I was expecting actually. And maybe that's just them taking it easy here and keeping it all ready to deploy in Q3. But as we come across the final corner on the last run in Q2, come at the hour, come at the Kubica, half a second up, it's 8.6. which means we're emphatically through to the top 10 shootout in P7, and Hulkenberg has missed out. He stays P15. Right, Q3 then. We're gonna do 2 laps. If I can keep my P7 position, I'd be delighted. Good little section of driving here. See if we can match our 1 minute 8.6 from what we did in Q2. We can actually. We can done that section very well. See if we can go faster. We've gone faster. It's an 8.4, which is good. I mean, it's our fastest lap yet, but for a top 10 shootout, I don't know. As we approach the final sector, we are only marginally improving, and we've Oh no, we run out of fuel. Isn't that just lovely? We've run out of fuel with 2 corners to go, and that's our qualifying donezo.
The grid is all set then for the race tomorrow. But before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top 3, who are Raikkonen, Vettel and Daniel Ricciardo. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow, where we'll be live with all the action. And until then, it's goodbye.
Looks like one of our development parts didn't fare too well in testing. I've put it on hold for now. You can restart work from the laptop. We're going to have to go back now and make some adjustments in order to get the final numbers looking more like we were expecting from the simulation.
Well, shit, looks like our third engine upgrade has failed, which isn't the best of news, but that's R&D, you know, sometimes things fail. We have the resource points available, so we'll put it right back into development. Hopefully it'll be ready for Silverstone. Now let's go to the race.
Anthony Davidson joins me to talk you through the action here today at what is quite an unusual racetrack, wouldn't you say, Ant?
Yeah, it's quite an odd layout around here. The thing about Austria is that it's a harder circuit to master than what really meets the eye. On top of that, it's a low grip surface, and that means that your small mistakes end up being punished, and it's very easy to slide wide into the runoff area and lose a huge chunk of time. Luckily, because it's such a short circuit though, you have plenty of opportunities to perfect the lap.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, with Daniel Ricciardo slotting in alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Hamilton, Sergio Perez and Ocon, Verstappen and Renault, Kvyat and Kevin Magnussen, Raikkonen, Massa, Romain Grosjean and Stroll, Hülkenberg, Sainz, Fernando Alonso and Stoffel van Dorn, Ericsson and Pascal Wehrlein completes the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Right, starting P8 due to penalties for others. Kvyat behind, starting on softs, interestingly. 5 red lights and away we go for the Austrian Grand Prix. Kvyat's already been overtaken. We get a better start than Max. Pull up alongside. We're going to take it very cautious into turn 1. Side by side with Verstappen, but still careful not to make any sort of contact. Up ahead, Vettel looks like he's already pulling out a gap in front, but behind him, cars going 3 wide into that corner there. But Ricciardo manages to squeeze through down the middle, and that's him up into P2. As for us, we're looking for a way past his teammate in the other Red Bull. Put our nose in there. It's important to get these moves done very early because I don't know how my engine is going to keep up later on in the race. We're going to go side by side again with Verstappen, and again he manages to squeeze us out, and we hold on to our starting position of P8. Up ahead, Hamilton is making a bold move on Ricciardo into that fast section. They bang tires. Lewis very aggressive there with the move, and he's passed in his pursuit of Bottas and then Vettel. Meanwhile, the Force Indians want to start playing. They're going to go 3 wide with Ricciardo here into the first corner. Look at this from our POV. This is not going to end well. We're going to be very cautious. There's been contact. Narrowly escaped the spinning Force India. I think that was Perez and Ricciardo. Now we have a drag race up the hill with Ocon. He has the Mercedes engine, but I have the momentum. Get ahead, defend into the corner, and then squeeze him out. And incredibly, I am now in P4. Wow. Onto the next lap then. Perez is coming back at Ocon after that spin. Side by side into the first corner again. Ocon has been shoved off the track very rudely by Perez. Oh wow, let's look at a replay here. On board Ocon, there's actually been no contact. He's locked up, gone wide. Ricciardo coming through, and my god, what is Ocon doing? Bloody hell. There's been contact now. I mean, talk about rejoining the track dangerously. Now Ricciardo is just, it looks like he's got damage. He's being consumed by 3, 4, 5 cars there, and his day is just going from bad to worse here. As for us, it's been about 2 laps since we inherited that P4 position, just by being smart and sort of tiptoeing around the accidents around us. Yellow flags for Romain Grosjean, who is out of the race. That is extremely unlucky. Mechanical failure, it looks like, twice in a row after Baku, and we have an horrible exit already putting us under pressure from Sergio Perez, who has recovered from his first lap incident. We're gonna make him go the long way around the outside and squeeze him out. I'm sorry, Checo, there is no way you're getting past me there, because it's such a tight turning radius that even if I wanted to leave you space, I could not, because yep. And that has disturbed him and put him under pressure from Kimi Raikkonen, who is now going side by side, got his nose in front. Looks like Kimi Raikkonen has made the move, but incredibly down the inside Checo Perez has held it. That was fantastic racing. But on lap 6, at the very same corner, this time looks like I somehow can leave him. I'm way too nice to him here, and good guys get screwed over, and that's Checo Perez through. We are down to P5 with the Checo running away from us, and he's got DRS as well, so we can't really put up a fight. On the next lap, on lap 7, Kimi Raikkonen is coming at us into this fast corner. No Kimi, not here, please, anywhere but here. And I'm not gonna lie, when he came side by side there, I shat my pants, not even gonna lie. And this is us looking at Max Verstappen coming through to join this fight. Kimi is sliding all over the place. Is that allowed, Kimi? Why is he swerving so much? He's gonna defend down the inside, lock up a bit, but Verstappen is clearly a big threat coming back into this race. Up the hill again, Kimi Raikkonen this time has made a move up the hill, going on the outside, but we're gonna keep our nose in there. We're not prepared to let this go, but Kimi is past. But crucially this time we've got DRS off him, he doesn't, so it's this battle might not still be over, because have a look, we're gonna go down the inside. There's gonna be a very, what's the word? I am so shit at commentary, but never mind, because we've gone past Kimi Raikkonen. That was a bold move. But on lap 10, looks like our defense is waning, because he's coming back. It's always uphill here, but this time it's 3 wide, and Max Verstappen has snuck through the middle. It looks like Ricardo did this earlier, and this time Verstappen's done it. It looks like going down the middle is a bit of a brave move that either pays off or doesn't. As for us, we're gonna come in probably the first of the ones to pit. We're gonna go on to a pair of super softs and make this go very long, and then see if we can change strategy. By the way, look at this pit exit. What sort of nonsense is that? With how tight is that for a pit? And now on to lap 11, as I'm the first car to a pit. I've literally come out in P19, which is essentially dead last because Grosjean's retired, and I have a buttload of cars to overtake to get back to my position. I'm going to start with it right now as we make a double overtake into turn 1. That is a good night to Stoffel Van Dorn and Marcus Ericsson as we head up the hill. That is 2 positions recovered. Let's see what we can do, because we've got to get back into P9. Perhaps we've lost P8, but P9 is definitely where we belong. So next up ahead is Alonso in his McLaren. We've got DRS, go down the inside, he's gonna lock up, and that's another position gained up into P13 on lap 13. And now looking ahead, it's our teammate Nico Hülkenberg who is looking ahead to Carlos Sainz. He's gonna try and make a move into turn 1 around the outside. He's not gonna actually make it, which means he's losing time, and we've been gaining on him for the past 2-3 laps, and this time we're gonna be within 8 tenths. Yeah, that's 7.5 tenths of him for the first time since we've started catching him in 4 laps. We're gonna get DRS as well. See what we can do. He's being held up by the car ahead. That's the Toro Rosso of Carlos Sainz. We're gonna see if we can dive it down the inside there. Not really an overtaking spot, or nor was it an overtaking move, just to let my teammate know that, listen buddy, I am here. So on to lap 16 now. We got DRS again. See if we can make the move this time. Go down and gently squeeze him out. Can you tell with teammates? Doesn't look like it, does it? because I was ruthless with him there. Looking ahead to Carlos Sainz now. Hülkenberg couldn't get this done. Let's see if I can. He's going to lock up, but he's going to come back side by side. But I've got DRS this time, and that means top speed and straight line speed has given me that position, and I am back up ahead. Who are we chasing now? Let's go. It's Lance Stroll. As we see Stoffel van Dorn go out of the race on lap 19. The cars up ahead are the Toro Rosso of Kvyat and Lance Stroll, who are actually battling now. Lance Stroll trying to move around the outside at the top of the hill. See if we can make it. Easy. Yep, he's made it, which leaves Kvyat in our sights. We're gonna go down the inside, and even before we get to the corner, we're gonna make that move, get it done, squeeze him out, and now we're on the back of Lance Stroll. See here, we've got all of these guys running on softs. They've been on these from the start of the race, so their tires are going now, which means we can pick them off like this. That was a lovely move down the inside there, hugging it. Next car out in front of us is Stroll's Williams teammate Felipe Massa, who is a long way away. And as we come through to start lap 22, we look behind to see Kimi Raikkonen rejoining behind Hülkenberg after his pit stop. So that's a worry for us. As we see Kimi getting past my teammate, I'm going to be the next target. Onto lap 24, after being overtaken by Kimi, my teammate Hülkenberg is going to come in for a second pit stop. Now this is a big worry for me, because Kimi will overtake me in a few laps, whatever. But it is my teammate who I'm actually racing here, so I have to react to what he's doing. He's gone on to another set of super softs. On start finish straight here, Kimi comes through with a lovely, almost annoying DRS pass, just sweeping around me, got so much more downforce than me. It's a joke. But here's the thing about racing Hülkenberg. I was thinking about coming in the very next lap to react to what he was doing, just to cover him off. But then I thought maybe if I went a few more laps on these tires, I could then pit for the faster ultra soft tires instead of super softs, and then just chase cars down towards the end of the race. So that's what I'm going to do here, extending the stint till lap 26. I'm going to box at the end of this lap here onto a set of fresh ultra softs, which will give us about 8-9 laps, just to hammer in the lap times and see what we can do with it. I've come out in P11, just outside the points, with Stroll ahead and Hülkenberg about 7 seconds ahead. So right now it does look like we have made the wrong strategy call. And also I have to mention that we've been doing a lot of fuel saving this race, because we started this race with an underfueled car. Not strategy, just I don't know why my team did it and I didn't notice. So yep, on to the end of lap 28. We've already caught Stroll looking for a way past. Too risky to be doing it into that fast complex, so we're gonna bide our time, get a good exit out of here, wait for DRS into turn 1, close up with slipstream. He's gonna defend to the inside. We're gonna have to do it around the outside, bit of contact, but we're safely through, and that is us up into the points. But unfortunately it looks like our strategy has been wrong for sure, because yep, this is where we finished the race, because we have been faster than Hülkenberg, reduced his gap by about 4 seconds, but we gave him too much of a big gap, too much of an undercut, and that was it, unfortunately. As for the race win, up ahead it is Sebastian Vettel, back to winning ways after that P2 in Baku. Probably his most dominant win of the season so far. Sebastian Vettel wins the Austrian Grand Prix from Lewis Hamilton, who is a country mile away. Look how much he's been beaten by. Hamilton P2, Bottas rounds off the podium in P3, and as for us, we left Stroll behind by a good 5 seconds. But as I said, should have reacted when Hülkenberg did, and we stayed out, gave him a huge undercut, and we've paid the price. Back in the points though, we're gonna come around to finish P10 for the Austrian Grand Prix. What could have been, huh?
Great effort there from Ferrari to take the victory today. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs. and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy and to stay out of trouble.
So here they come now, out onto the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari on the top step once more.
So that's been the Austrian Grand Prix episode. Not the best of races. We tried a more aggressive strategy. Didn't quite work out, but at least we're back in the points. So that's something to build on, especially with the engine upgrade coming next weekend, which will be Silverstone for the British Grand Prix. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more, and I will see you then. Jan Bhatman.